Huh? Huh? What's this? Metal.
Westweird presents the long and short of it.
Maximum effort. Hello and welcome to The Long and Shot of It, a podcast where two absolute god tier men drink beers and answer ridiculous questions.
Oh, I need to ask you who's in the bottom tier.
Let me rephrase that to god tier men in this room. Hold on, let me check. Any more god tier men in this room? No, we definitely qualify. Alright, icebreaker, do we need one?
I need something to liven me up because hello, listeners and viewers. I am absolutely fucked today. Craig, if you're listening, you're a bad man. Don't make me drink again. But yeah, icebreaker, yeah, it's on.
So, Evo,
Hello.
what is your favourite jam?
Okay. I don't believe I have a favourite preserve. I did buy a jar of lime marmalade once in a shop in Stourbridge, which I was very excited about. And then when I come to open it, it had gone mouldy, which is slightly hard to detect in a green coloured marmalade. So I'm not going to say lime marmalade. I might just go for your bog standard strawberry jam.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got if you're in Mother's and they've run out of custard donuts, then the strawberry jam is obviously the next. Not quite the god tier donut, but next one down.
Yeah, shout out to the custard donut. It is elite.
Sure is.
I'm going to have to go with the fantastic apricot jam. Apricot jam ticks all the boxes. It's the one that when I stay in a hotel, I rummage through the little jam baskets that they give you, and I'm going hunting for the apricot jam.
I have never tried apricot jam, Sean, so next time I'm in a hotel or at the Brewers Fair breakfast buffet, I will endeavour to try this myself, and I will report back in future editions.
Excellent.
Hopefully.
It's also the reason why when the jam tarts assorted box comes around, the apricot ones are the first to be consumed.
I did not know apricot varieties of jam tarts were available, so
Absolutely.
Every day
Every day's Right, we got so excited about jam and how many god tier men were in a room that we've got to announce the first drink. So today's opening beverage is this lovely little golden unit here. This is called Grand Slam, and it is from Parkway Brewery, coming in a lovely 4.2%.
Ooh, beautiful.
I'd say it smells very strong. It smells almost like a stout.
It's okay. Brilliant.
It tastes like a stout. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think I need another coffee more than anything. But yeah, nice beer this one. Quite happy with it. Golden, slightly hazy. I don't know if that's supposed to be.
Time will tell. Right, the icebreaker actually had a cheeky little secondary arm to it. So we've got our jam. Now, I need to know whether this is a universal thing or not. When you have your scones, or your muffins, or your tea cakes, or whatever you're going to have your jam on, are you going jam then cream, or are you going cream then jam, or are you like myself and you just don't care?
Oh, I care. I don't know a lot of people care.
And that's why I needed to ask this, because It seems like it's almost a regional thing as well, isn't it? That I know certain regions will only have it a certain way.
You make base, then you jam, and then you cream. Cream has to go on top of the jam.
Are you putting the top on top of it all? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. To quote below, there's no other way. Even though there is, but there isn't. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Base, jam, cream, lid. I don't think, like, if the cream was on the bottom, putting the jam on top of it would just be a bit messy and awkward, and don't know how that would work. So, unless you apply it direct to the lid, but no, that's too busy, I can't cope with that.
Yeah.
So, no, jam bottom, then cream on top.
Makes sense. You put your cream on top of your coffee or your hot chocolates and things, don't you?
Yeah.
Cream is a topper. So yeah, if ever I'm going anyway, I'm on the Evo train on that one.
Absolutely.
Your cream. Your jam's going to stick to that surface as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to stick to it, it's going to make it
Hold it all together.
delicious.
Everyone's happy.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
could you take a scone, aren't
I'm glad we've crossed that bridge because, yeah.
Last time we went out for a scone, actually, they didn't advertise on the menu, but it was full of currants. And I had to sit there and pick them out, and it kind of really ruined the whole experience. Do you know that there was a lass I had from school working behind the counter, and she must have witnessed me putting at least 3 of these raisins out. So never a good thing. You know, if your menu don't say raisins or currants, don't put raisins or currants in your scones.
Yes. All butter. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Be currant. Remove the currant.
I like that.
Well, this yeah, it did the job. It did the job. As an opening little beverage here, it's ticked the boxes. It's got me curious enough to think I would like to see what Parkway are going to do next. Right. We're going to shift you on to the next one on the list, which I believe is by the Tudor Brewery. And it is called the Black Rock Porter. Brought into screen here. It looks very Guinness-like. Let's give it a go. And for the laugh of it, let's do the pour live. That went so well last time.
Oh, didn't it? Yes.
That was bloody mint. Look at that.
Oh, textbook.
Used to be my job. That was actually a job of mine, was decanting bigger things into smaller things.
It was, yes, and he did it very well.
Some might say I'm a master of cramming bigger things into smaller things. Oi, oi. Sorry.
I have heard.
Sorry, we've reached the nearly reached the halfway point of the series, so the smut level has to increase.
Yes. And this is before I've opened the smut door, you know what I mean?
I have to say, I'm loving the backdrop of the very well-stocked fridge there.
Yes. I like how it's behind me and not you. I think that's very telling. Very reachable. Must ask Jason for the key. It is a locked fridge, by the way.
Yeah, we
are very honest in water, but we still keep beer behind the key. Oh, we have a beer now, yeah.
We have noticed the odd unique flavour in that fridge, so we have been known to ask for the key to give it a little sample.
Now, what I do, Porter, do I?
No.
That's quite pleasant.
I suppose after several episodes of sampling them, I don't drink porters / stouts line will soon wear itself out, I think. After you've probably tried more stout and porters than 90% of the Warsaw population at this point.
Which is quite a claim. I think we'll cope with that.
Well, it's alright, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's quite nutty.
I'm incredibly nutty.
Right. We're going to go for a nice little light-hearted one here.
Oh, okay.
Just because we've probably caused a bit of a rift with our scone conversation. I mean, simply calling it a scone is also a conversation to have.
Yeah, I can't say. Well, I can say scone, but it didn't sound right. Scone. Ooh. Can I have a scone, please, mate? Ooh. No.
Is that a traffic con on the road?
Don't even know there.
Anyway, we've upset enough people. What's your favourite Elton John song?
My favourite Elton John song? Oh my god. Made in England, it's got to be mentioned.
Right, so.
Was made in England. Are You Ready for Love? It's a great song.
So I just had both selector moments. Are you ready for love? I'm always ready for love.
And what's the one? Oh, we're going to sing on karaoke, and I've never done it on karaoke. Oh god, I would have to look on Wikipedia while I was looking. But yeah, Made in England, such a good song. Ready for Love, superb. Disappointing really, because when Elton John played Westweird Stadium, the home of Warsaw Football Club, about 5-6 years ago, I was like, no, and loads of people I know went, and absolutely amazing. And you go look back and think, God, that's just something I should have been at, really.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, come on, Elton, what's that song I like? No, so sure. Do you have a favourite Elton John song while I'm knocking my brains here?
First of all, Rocket Man. Absolutely stellar song. Rocket Man's one of those songs that's so well written and such a good song that whenever anybody tries to cover it, it still will sound amazing, because you can get away with William Shatner doing a spoken word of your song and it still works, you know, it's a good song. So, yeah, gotta go Rocket Man. Tiny Dancer's gotta be up there.
Okay.
Phenomenal song. Have you seen Rocket Man, the film?
No, I've just discovered that one.
Yeah, it's a good little song. The guy who plays Elton John in that song, he actually recorded some tracks for the film album, and his voice is stunning. I can't remember his name, Taron Egerton or Edgerton or yeah, something like that. But his version of Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting was another belter.
I've remembered my favourite Elton John song. It is I Guess That's Why They Call It the Blues.
Absolutely banger.
Time on my hands could be time spent with you. Hands, you. And if you think that you applies to you ladies, give me a shout. Cheers. I have stabbed. Right, so that's my attempt to find love in this episode of the TikTok. Tell me good. So, Elton, all good.
I'll tell you what, there's going to be some ladies real disappointed because we filmed these quite a way in advance. There's going to be an episode where you're going to see this stud asking for these questions and he's going to be too busy, too occupied for you. So get in there quick, ladies.
Get in there quick, ladies. You can find me in my photo book. If you're McDonald, just ask for the guy that's topping latte.
60% of the time he's in Warsaw all the time. I think we've used that before. And
Classic
I think it's just one of those quotes.
50% of the time, it works all the time.
Sex Panther. Right.
Oh my god, I've just done a film reference.
Yeah.
So that's on for the calendar.
This is another one. They're all being archived, mate. So we'll do a tally at the end. Right. I think we're going to go for a bit of a lager next.
Bit of a lager?
Yeah.
I believe it's my turn to crash, so give me instructions, I will be on my way.
Absolutely. So we're going to head over to the Carlsberg arena and we're going to try some San Miguel. Not going to lie, I didn't know San Miguel was made by Carlsberg. Happy to find out it is because I like them both. So yeah, we're going to go and give San Miguel its day in court. We need a bit of an easier drink that we're used to because the questions are about to take a strange turn.
Oh, okay.
So
do I need a coffee as well as my Sunday?
Easy drink, obscure question coming up soon.
Okay.
And a bit of a spoiler, we're going to head back to Cider. We covered Cider a couple of episodes ago.
Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside.
Absolutely. I recall the first one being absolutely stunning. This one, I'm expecting big things.
This one, I had 2 pints of it last night, which is why partly why I'm fucked today. So, great, stop it. So yeah, right. Let's get the ball in then.
Excellent. We'll see you back in a few. Okay, we are back and we are ready. San Miguel in hand. Not much you can really say about this, is it? It's a good lager.
Well, I don't drink beer often, nothing like it.
Yeah, me neither. Cracking little lager. So let's get straight in with the next question. The next question comes directly from our PA herself.
Hi, Sammy.
And it is, if you could eat only one fast food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Are we talking brand or specific product?
Branded.
Brand, oh okay. Well, straight away it's going to go on McDonald's or KFC. I'm going to go KFC because A, it's great, B, it's near to my house in McDonald's, which is a big bonus, and just the wings. McDonald's don't do chicken wings, do they? Whereas KFC do, and they're good. 2 for 99p, I can cope with that.
Yes, absolutely. And also, it's just when a KFC is on point, it's on point, isn't it?
You get that feeling, you get tear the skin off and just eat the skin and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I've recently discovered the Zinger Tower box meal, where you get your generic Zinger burger, and you also get you get 1 piece of chicken, I think, and you get a gravy.
Yeah.
Other sides are available, but it's got to be gravy. That's the law.
Yes.
And you can even, with a small price of 99p, chuck in 2 more hot wings, or 2 hot wings, to go with your 1 piece of chicken. And you just don't get that kind of mix and matching deals in McDonald's, and it's all like their toffee latte and their sausage and egg muffins and filet of fish. Well, yeah, got to be KFC for me. Easy.
Well, it's a very definitive answer, and we like that. Yeah, I would probably have to go with. It's probably only because it's such a rarity for myself because we don't have one near us. But I would probably have to go with Taco Bell. Taco Bell, I had one in Liverpool. Literally, did we have one yesterday? So we had one on Friday night, and they're just amazing. And I think it might be because of how rare they are. We either have to go to Liverpool or Nottingham to get one. Well, other places are available, but these are the 2 places that we tend to head to the most. But whenever we see one, we have to go for it. And Never had a Taco
No,
Bell.
I've heard them. I don't know what they are. I don't know what they do.
It's a Mexican place, but they do all manner of like hard and soft shell tacos, burritos. They even churros. A lot of O's.
O's, if you like your O's, then everybody likes a good O. Get that a taco out there.
But on Friday I had a chalupa, which is like a fried soft bread with seasoned beef in there. There was the veg, and there was like a spicy sauce on there. Jobs are good 'un. That went down a treat, and I washed that down with a nice hard taco wrapped in a soft taco with cheese in between.
Ooh, nice.
And I think that was called the Gordita Crunch. Excellent stuff. My stomach probably wouldn't like me having Taco Bell as the option, but as we say, this is the benefit of being in a fantasy world. We are not in a fantasy world, so we can eat them all. But yeah, Taco Bell for me, please. I wish there was just one in Tamworth. Please make it happen, Tamworth Borough Council. Thank you very much. Are they going to say anything? I don't know.
People of Tamworth, please vote for Taco Bell. That's all we ask.
To be fair, it's stepping up its game. We now have a Five Guys and a Pirifino.
Oh, very feeling.
Pirifino's amazing also. Okay. This is the first of what I perceive to be a two-parter. So if we hit on the first part with our San Miguel, have a little changeover where we move on to the side round, and we'll finish up the side round with part 2. How does that sit with you,
Sounds
sir?
good to me.
Okay. So part 1 is, what is your take on immortality? Do you reckon it's a good thing or a bad thing if it was real?
The Bee Gees song, I like it. Immortality, I don't think it's a good thing, to be fair. I struggle to cope with life now, and I'm 48. You know, if I'm like at 108, no, I don't want any further. I don't want to be, you know. Some days I don't want to live at all. You know what I mean?
Well,
this morning I could have quite easily like, you know.
Well,
there's no immortality from me this morning.
This was actually the exact thing that I was thinking of, because you know, in all the films, like I think it was in one of the Indiana Jones films, it's been in a few of the films where they chase the Fountain of Youth, and they chase immortality, and they chase these things, and it just got me thinking that, you know, in reality, it wouldn't be a great thing, would it?
No, it really wouldn't, no.
Because you got to think, like, a lot of people would think immortality works like how certain vampire films work and things like that, where you would remain intact and you would regenerate and things like that. But that would be a different thing altogether. Immortality just means that you would have consciousness forever. And that's the part that I think is kind of lost on by romanticising it in certain films.
It's a long time, forever.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like the way the world's going now, let alone in 100 years. Well, there'll be 148 and struggling to cope.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. It's like, you could then say, well, I wouldn't need to eat or whatever, but then you'd like, you absolutely still would.
So I'm distracted again. I'm sure I'm playing with this again. I'm sorry.
Hands up. I actually, because we have addressed the fact that Evo was out last night, I received a picture of said Rivets, because he was here last night, and I said, I missed the opportunity to say, what a riveting photograph. And then he proceeded to say, later on, when he had realised he had found the photo, Oh, that photo. I don't remember sending it. So there was a pocket of time in his head where he's thinking, what fucking photo have I sent to Sean?
I had to go and look at my messages between myself and the spine gentleman, and yes, there was a picture of this bar that I sent at 10:26 last night. and bear in mind, I didn't drink at the match yesterday. I didn't drink until after the match. So the fact that by the time I'm going to wait, it was like 6 o'clock before I started drinking. So by the time, by 10:30, I was sending pictures that I could not remember the next day. Bear in mind, I've been drinking strong ciders in the Black Country Arms.
Oh, yes.
Not good.
The Black Country Arms is the defeater of men.
And during our last little interlude where we went to fetch it, I've just been told off for my drinking. So I am, after we finish filming this episode, I'm going to go home and have a damn good look at myself. And evaluate my life choices. So, the kids, drink responsibly, please.
Yes, please do. Leave the hardcore stuff to us too. Yeah. We've made peace with the hardcore life.
We are hardcore Holly between us.
Which brings me actually to a bit of a segue here, also about sending photographs, which I feel like I need to nail down in the archive, which is this podcast. I too sent a picture out. It wasn't due to drinking, it was due to my talented, possibly erect nipples. Currently my phone does not turn on and off because I dropped it from such a height that it shattered in half and the button to turn it on and off disappeared. So in order to turn it on and off I have to charge it or put some headphones in just to make it recognise that some action is required. So because it can't shut off, it was still on from when I was picking some music to walk home to, and I put it in my breast pocket as I've always done. And I get home, and just to set the scene, in the job I'm currently in, we have a lot of technicians who go and do maintenance work and things. And so there is a WhatsApp group for all of them to say, pick up this from here on this day or whatever. I got in to a message from one of the guys from the office saying, quick question, mate. Why is Grandmaster Sexy, another legendary wrestler such as Hardcore Holly, that's a connection, I'm keeping it. Why is Grandmaster Sexy currently in our Tech Talk chat? My first thought was, I don't know why Grandmaster Sexy is in our chat. I looked at the chat and it was me that sent it. My nipples had navigated my phone, found the Tech Talk, found a message from one of the team leaders, pressed on it long enough to click reply, filtered through my photographs and found the one and only picture of Grandmaster Sexay that I own. There is a reason why I own a picture of Grandmaster Sexay. Don't know if I want to go into that one, but I have never laughed so hard in all my life. I laughed so hard I struggled to remove the picture from the Tech Talk because I was crying. But yes, only ever send photographs when you mean to.
Do not put your nipples in charge of your photographs.
I mean, at the end of the day, I was just glad that it was that one because there was at least some comedic value to it. You have so many certain friends where you only send certain types of things to, like you've got your dark humour memes that go to certain friends. You've got your, you've got categories, haven't you, that you send to different people. And I'm glad it was the PG Grandmaster Sexay WWE. I mean, I wasn't talking to Wayne. That might shock you. But yes, Grandmaster Sexay nearly made it into our Tech Talk. I managed to do some damage control before anyone saw it except for Drew. So Drew, thanks for the heads up there. That could have been a mighty embarrassing Monday conversation. I will post up the picture on the screen if I remember to do so. I'm a bit bad at that. Anyway, we've covered Immortality. Let's move on to the next round.
I mean, I'd just like to say, my nipples are almost permanently erect, and I just dread to think what pictures they would send into whom. So,
What sort of mischief they would manage?
yeah. So I'm going to go through my phone, which I've left here, delete anything that I do not want sending to random people, just in case my nipples get in on the act while I'm not paying attention. Right, sure, we're going to do a split.
The cider splits, I've said this now, they are usually the easier ones. However, this is literally what I like to refer to as brimming. So let's give this a go. Well, that was fucking good, wasn't it? All glass.
You're tripping on the chairs a lot, actually. I don't notice.
Yeah. It's Sunday, it's wash day, it's fine. Hold on, yeah, that's the one.
So this is Seasider Honeycomb. I will say it again, I had 2 points of this last night, and it was very nice.
4%er.
4%er.
I forgot to check which Seasider we had last time. The only thing I do remember about it was that it was
the bourbon beer barrel one, wasn't it?
Yes.
6.7%.
It was in the higher percentage, that's all I remember from that one.
And that is
Oh, well, that's just,
like drinking a puncher.
yeah, that is flipping epic.
Seasider, yet again, you have done good things.
Doing amazing things.
Ah, man.
We have a problem with putting down our ciders, I've noticed. The beer ones, especially if you get like a bit of a ropey one, or a bit of a subpar one, you can see us go, oh yeah, that's sat down there and we'll talk about a question. The cider one, we sat there, get the arms nice and rested. I think after 3 beers / ale / whatever we have in front of us, a cider really lifts everything back up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, this is kind of on track with the Immortality question. However, it is different. This was meant to be the original wild card. I am wearing this phenomenal little t-shirt here, Mad Vlad, who's a guy on YouTube that I've followed for several years now. He does a lot of like gaming commentary stuff. He had a channel about skinwalkers, which are beings that can change their appearance, and it all got a bit eerie. But he's predominantly known for his game like commentary and stuff like that. Funny guy. He's got a bunch of mad people called the Mad Army. This t-shirt was my introduction into the Mad Army. So it got me thinking about the Immortality kind of spin-off. Was in games you get checkpoints and things like that. And this can be posed in 2 ways, so I think I might pose it in 2 ways. So if you could set in your life a checkpoint every time you came to a major, like I'm not just thinking like, do you pick up a bag of quavers or a bag of whatsits? I'm talking you come up to something that could completely alter your life, sort of thing, a fork in the road. How many checkpoints do you reckon you would have, like, as a saving? You know, like, if you ever come to something where you've gone, shit, I could, like, for example, work. The amount of times I've been in a job and I've just, you know, you just have that thought process of going, I've got to take this gamble and go to this. But then that would be a checkpoint, because you could either go there or you could stay where you are. And I think sometimes you can stay somewhere a bit too long, you know what I mean? Where you should have maybe gone off on that one. Anyway, I'm waffling on because I don't actually know what this question means anymore.
I really don't either, so you know.
So I thought about a better way of posing it. these checkpoints, which are times in your life where you could have gone either left or right in this fork. If
I get the feeling the question can be longer than the answer here, to be totally honest with you.
which we Seasider?
Yeah, probably good, yeah.
As this is called Seasider, what's your favourite seaside?
Okay, one's expecting that. Blackpool,
Blackpool.
every time.
Cracking place. Mine's Pwllheli in Wales.
Okay.
Love it. What's yours? We're breaking the fourth wall here. We've gone off schedule because I can't understand my own question here.
Mm.
I'm in Bournemouth.
Bournemouth from the PA.
Bournemouth, is that okay? I've only been to Bournemouth 5 times, each time on the Tuesday night to talk towards FC play, and before every time I've been, thank you. I'm talking shit, we do that also.
So yeah, great question there. We all love the seaside.
We all love the seaside.
We all love the seaside. We all love the seasider. So, great question. Let's move on to the shot of the long and shot of it, which I believe we're sticking with the seaside theme, and we're going with Kraken. Because what is a seaside without a killer octopus squid god?
No idea.
This episode has just gone off the rails. We'll see you soon. Okay, we are back, and I figured out in the short break whilst going to get our Kraken. You see the connection? Seasider, Kraken. I figured a way of wording this question that it makes sense. So, say for example, the old arcades, or the new arcades, they still exist I suppose. You have to put in your credits to, if you lose a life, you have to put in a credit. So, the question would be, in your life up to this point, how many credits do you reckon it would have taken to get to where you are?
God. I think I've reached the game over point of my life several times already. God. I must lose a life every other day, really. Entered the game quite often. God knows. I must have had to use about 100 continues in my life already, you know what I mean? And sometimes I think, was it worth it? You know what I mean? I don't know, I'm not a particularly unlucky guy, but you know, I don't think I've lost that many lives really, and you know. So I've probably got about 100 continues under my belt. And I did mention earlier that I'm playing the veteran machine over right here. When I completed 1943, I needed 23 continues. So, all good. So I am a fan of a continue, be it on a war-based arcade game or a life in general.
Excellent. I reckon I've racked up a fair amount of continues, yeah. Kind of on the track of what the question was originally meant to be about. I do feel sorry for these games characters if they continue to carry on the sort of damage / trauma that they've built up, because like right now this is an accident from many months ago, years ago even. I'm sure I had this problem when I was still in Detroit, but I still my rotary cuff is just in agony, and this is from a long time ago. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping that you know, your Marios of the world are not like still holding on to some of that past damage, because it's got to be hell for them. Imagine being chomped by a demon plant or a giant cannonball with a smiley face. It can't be nice.
No, nobody wants that.
Anyway, I was going along the lines of the Kraken. The Kraken is the sea monster that destroyed many ships, according to myth and legend. So, the final short question for the short segment is: do you have a favourite horror icon?
Well, you kind of pretty Kruger, haven't you? Yeah, absolutely. I was like 10 years old when the first Nightmare on Elm Street came out, and pretty groundbreaking, really. That was. Obviously, I wasn't allowed to watch it for like 8 years because it was an 18. But yeah, it was an absolute superb film. You know, just the simplicity of the outfit, the thing. Superb. Yeah. I'm not really a massive horror film fan. I will watch them. So things like Halloween, I watched some of them when I was a kid. But Friday the 13th is some of them. But I think Freddy Krueger, is the only one I think I've seen every film. I can say I've seen every film in the franchise.
Yeah.
Including the last one where they actually played themselves as real life people.
Yeah. Wes Craven came back to do it, didn't he?
And you got Robert England there, and the one that played Nancy in the TV studio as themselves, and then Freddy Krueger appeared. So yeah, great. I bet you've seen every film in every franchise there.
Well, funnily enough, yesterday we were actually in Liverpool for Comic Con, where we saw no less than 2 Freddy Kruegers. Both looked absolutely amazing, and the strange thing was, it was set on multiple floors. We were on the escalator going up as Freddy was coming down, and Freddy said in a very Yoda voice, "going down." So we all laughed and said, "Why did Freddy sound like Yoda?" Only to get us slightly bit more terrified when you got to the top of that floor and another Freddy Krueger was stood over in the corner. And you just have that slight little moment where you go, was that the same guy? But they both looked amazing. Like, usually with your Freddys, you can get your off the shelf Freddy costume, or you can get the people that put in the time and the effort. And it was very good to see 2 high effort Freddy Kruegers in the same place, because I feel like he's definitely one of the better characters, isn't he? He's so well made, and also it's a terrifying thing, because when you think about being in your sleep where you literally have no control, I thought that was an absolutely wicked twisted way of making people even more afraid of the dark and going to sleep. And so yeah, I thought he'd done a brilliant job. Nowadays, I tend to be more afraid of films that could very much happen. So one of the films that stayed with me for a while was a film called The Strangers, where it's basically about a home invasion, where 3 people, like, they've teamed up to target a house that has no neighbours or nobody around, and just mess with the people that are in this house because they know that they can't go anywhere. And that terrifies me a hell of a lot more than like your Jason Voorhees. Jason Voorhees is basically like one step up from a zombie, isn't he? He's brain dead, he's got no base level intelligence. I reckon you could outsmart Jason. I don't think you could outsmart a team of people who are their sole purpose is to get into your house and kill you. So Yeah, the Strangers, I would have to say. I don't suppose they're really icons though, because they've only made one film that I know of. But the creator of it did a great job making each person look like a terrifying character that could carry on the franchise. There's like a guy with a bag on his head, bit like Jason Part 2.
And that bloke out of LMFAO.
Yeah. The girl's got like a 1950s Marilyn Monroe style over the ceramic dolls of movie legends, and yeah, it's all just a bit creepy. So yeah, that would be. But as far as full blown icons, I'm going to join you on the Freddy Krueger. I think for years to come, it says a lot when they can remake a film. They remade Scream, they've remade Child's Play with a Chucky, they've remade everything, and none of them have really had as much backlash as when they remade Nightmare on Elm Street, and everyone just tore it to pieces because it didn't need to happen. The production value on Nightmare on Elm Street 1, I would still say is one of the best looking films. Even all the prosthetics, I don't think that using CGI naturally helps a horror film. I think you need to have that sort of gore element.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So, yeah, that was more in depth than the wild card question, but that was mainly due to the fact that I don't know how to phrase my questions. So, yeah, we got a cheeky extra one in there. You now all know which our favourite seaside is, so
Yeah.
you're welcome. But yeah, go and check out Pathelic. It's a great place. I want to go back. I might go back. Should we go back? Let's go to Pathelic. What do you say? We could do a Pathelic.
I voted on. We're going all three of us.
Yeah.
The team outing.
Yeah.
Excellent.
We'll call it the company. We'll go the company summer trip. That's what we'll
At
do.
the end of the first series party.
Yeah.
Does Patelli have a taco bell at all?
I don't know. He might have now. Yeah. He did have my favourite ice cream shop of all time, called Cadwaller's. Phenomenal ice cream. Yeah. Phenomenal ice cream and even better toppings.
And without toppings.
Does anybody want to pay us to advertise their stuff? I reckon we'd smash that in the park.
I look like I could do a good voiceover.
Yeah. Right. On that note, we haven't spoke about the Kraken. It was nice. Very nice. I suppose Kraken is one of those things. It's quite popular these days, so I'd imagine quite a lot of people who like rum have had it. It does what it says in the tin. A nice vanilla rum. Yeah, ticked a box. Didn't sink any ships, so the name might be a bit off, but we can't win them all.
No.
Right, I have been Westweird, Sean.
I've been Mikey, ever.
Absolutely. This has been the long and short of it. And thank you again to the guys at the Cats for letting us use this phenomenal area. I love it. I really do love it. It's a nice little room. Yeah.
I promise I'll try and be awake for the next episode. Appreciate I've not given much value today, but I'll probably be back on something for next one.
Could I say as a little footnote to this episode, we were watching a guy called Beard Meets Food. It's a guy with a beard who eats a shitload of food. He's a competitive eater. And we saw one of his early videos yesterday when we got home from Liverpool. And this fucker must drink, I think he drank about 12 cans of Rockstar over the space of 2 days. I would definitely not advise that. I'd say you're probably better off drinking shitloads of beer over shitloads of Rockstar, because I've tried Rockstar, I've tried Monster, I've tried all the energy drinks, and after 2 cans of those things, your heart is just hammering out your chest. So, beard needs food. I don't know how you did it, but that was quite a feat that you pulled off there. Sorry. It seems to be an episode of
Very random
random.
this episode, yeah. Because I'm not providing the randomness, you're going to step into the today.
Well, thank you very much again for everyone that's listening, watching, mainly watching because we still haven't fixed that Spotify issue. Yeah, thank you very much. Keep questions coming if you have any. Have a good day, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sammy. I'm going back to bed. Thank you. Have a good night.
I think we are as well, yeah. This has just been an episode of minimum sleep, maximum consumption of beverages from both teams here. Except we did ours on Friday, so yesterday was our recovery day. Thanks all.
Thank you.
Don't want to hear that beep.
No more.